This is problem number 50 from the homework that we did last night. And I would think the first thing you'd want to do is draw a picture. And it says, is that the one that talks about a rectangle?
Yeah.
All right. And what is the information on that? So first thing I want to do, because I'm visual, is to draw a picture. So there's my rectangle. Give me the information there, Eric.
The length of the rectangle is 6 feet longer than its width.
Okay, so here's the width. We'll mark that W. And the length we'll put, if it's 6 feet longer, we'll put W plus 6. Okay?
And then it says if the area is 50 square feet.
All right. So the area is equal to 50. So really, if I find W, then I add 6 to it, and I can find the length. All right, so let's solve for W. And how do we find area? Length times width. So W times W plus 6, that's length times width, equals 50. Distribute the W. W squared plus 6W. Let's subtract 50 from both sides. Where does that equal? 0. It doesn't factor. That's the easiest thing to do. It's factor, but it doesn't factor. So I need to complete the square. All right. In order to complete the square, well, I suppose I'd wind up adding 50 over to the other side. What number do I have to add to complete the square? 9. This is an easy one. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. If I add it to the left side of the equation, I have to add it to the right side of the equation. This factors now, the left side factors into W plus 3, quantity squared, equals 59. And please remember this on your quiz tomorrow. Square root both sides of the equation. W plus 3 is equal to plus or minus. Don't forget the plus or minus. Subtracting 3 now, and the width is equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 59. Now the width cannot be negative 3 minus the square root of 59, because that'll give you a negative number. And we can't have a negative width. So the negative on the plus or minus doesn't even come into play. So the width is negative 3 plus the square root of 59. And the length is 6 more than that. So if I add 6, the negative 3 plus 6, this would give me a positive 3 plus the square root of 59. There's the length and the width. All right? And I firmly believe this is what I should be seeing in your homework. Okay, I don't think there were any shortcuts taken. You could have maybe eliminated one of the steps here, because I probably should not have subtracted 50 from each side. But maybe you might, to see if it might factor. It doesn't factor, so now we complete the square. Okay? Any other questions? Homework? All right. A general form for a quadratic, ax squared plus bx plus c. You may see a problem that looks like this. Negative 2 parentheses x plus 3 times x minus 5. Show that this is a quadratic function and tell me what a, b, and c are. Do we distribute the negative 2 first? No. Do I use FOIL first? Either way, it doesn't matter. If you distribute the negative 2, only distribute the negative 2 to one of the parentheses, but not both. Just one. It's this. It's the negative 2 times x plus 3 times x minus 5. And probably, like Alex said, if you use FOIL first, it's easier, and then distribute the negative 2. And if I use FOIL, I'm going to get x squared minus 2x minus 15. took a little bit of a shortcut here, but if you look at the outside inside terms, negative 5x and then plus 3x will give you the negative 2x in the middle. Now distribute the negative 2. Negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 30. Your A is negative 2, your B is 4, and your C is 30. Okay? Know how to factor, know how to complete the square, know how to put equations into vertex form, find the zeros. Okay. Your homework for tonight is going to be on page it's going to be on page 340 to 342. Problems 1 through 53 odd. Check your answers in the back of the book. The answers to the review are in the back of the book. Okay. If you have any questions, I will be here after school today, or I will be here 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Not that I want to see any of you at 6 in the morning, but if you want to come in about 7 or so if you have any questions. All right? I'll be working here at my desk while you are working on your review. Please come up for questions. Okay? Thank you for being attentive.
What time you